Was the Book of Boba Fett a complete failure?
Like a panther. Yes.
Yeah, it was, in my opinion.
Look how they massacred my boy.
I don't even know how to start this video because I don't understand how it could have gone so wrong. For me, it was right from episode 1 where things just were weird, and it's weird, like everything is weird because Robert Rodriguez is not a bad director. Obviously he has some bad movies, but he also has some great movies like Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Desperado. He even got Quentin Tarantino to star in one of his movies, From Dusk Till Dawn, and he is a capable person that can write a lot of cool stories and a lot of cool characters. I mean, you had in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, you had the character of the actor Johnny Depp, and the character he's portraying, he was completely blind. He was like blinded like 2 seconds ago, and 2 seconds later he's like shooting people effectively while being blind. And that was such a cool scene that I will never forget. Even though I don't remember most of the movie, I remember that scene because it was so freaking cool. And I mean, you have Sin City, you have all the Machete films, you have so many cool characters and stories. And obviously we all remember the interview where when he was directing season 2 of The Mandalorian, the Boba Fett episode, he said, well, they gave me 2 pages of dialogue and there was no action, and Boba Fett is all about being cool and badass and a lot of action. So he made a cooler episode because he was, I guess, given the freedom of creativity. So what happened? How did we go from badass Boba Fett in The Mandalorian season 2 to oh, let me go to my bank tank because I cannot deal with this anymore. I'm tired. Oh, I'm hurting. Oh, I cannot take like 2 people because that's too much. Like, how did we get here? I guess one of the theories would be that Robert Rodriguez didn't really have any freedom of creativity. I mean, we all know that Temuera Morrison, the actor of Boba Fett, said that Jon Favreau was giving orders from his plane, from his private jet, that he wasn't taking into account what the actual actor of Boba Fett was having to contribute to the story. Like, he didn't care, like nobody cared. Jon Favreau wasn't on set, Dave Filoni was probably not on set, nobody important was on set, and that means like they didn't care. When it comes to Mando season 1 and season 2, we even had George Lucas visit the set. And now with the Book of Boba Fett, like nobody cared about this show. And it's evident by the 2 non-Book of Boba Fett episodes that we got, which is actually the thing that I want to talk about first in this video, because it's so ridiculous, and it's just a proof that the Book of Boba Fett had to be rushed out or just made up out of thin air because they had to hold place for Mando season 3. Because obviously of some behind the scenes troubles with Pedro Pascal, and maybe him wanting his face to be seen more, or because of The Last of Us or whatever. But this show, the Book of Boba Fett, was just a placeholder. Nothing more, nothing less, that's it. Which brings me to the 2 Mandalorian episodes that we got in the Book of Boba Fett. And it's really funny that I have to talk about the Mandalorian and Luke Skywalker and Grogu and Ahsoka in the Book of Boba Fett, and they never interact with Boba Fett because it's not his show. It's just like Mueller says, the YouTuber that I watched, the Star Wars variety show. So the 2 Mando episodes, episode 5 and episode 6, and kind of episode 7, the final, were obviously very beautiful and very emotional, and we all were like, oh my god, what's going on, that's amazing. But they were so out of place. They didn't fit into the story, they didn't contribute anything to the Boba Fett story. And the quality of these 2 episodes was just 100%, 110% better. And that's another proof that they are not part of the Book of Boba Fett. They maybe were leftover episodes, or they were episodes for season 3, and now that maybe they want to go in a different direction with season 3, so they just pushed out the episodes, or they just had to waste time for the Book of Boba Fett because they didn't have enough time, or I don't know. It's so freaking stupid. So, but let's talk about the 2 episodes. It was such a nonsense what they did again to Luke Skywalker. I mean, the finale of the Book of Boba Fett undermines what happens in the season 2 final of Mando. Because, okay, so Luke comes, save the day, he's amazing, we love him, we all cry. He takes Grogu. Grogu wants to go with him, he wants to be a Jedi. Luke is excited, and then now in the final, well, actually also episode 6, we get that Luke just returned Grogu to Mando because he chose to be a Mandalorian, not be a Jedi, because attachments are bad. Luke Skywalker, that because of being attached to his friends and the rebellion and his father, because of that, he saved the universe. He saved everybody because of love and attachment and, you know, friendship and loyalty and all those attachments. He saved the universe. And now he's making a baby choose and be like, well, Grogu, here's a lightsaber and here's the armor Mando gave you. You have to choose because you cannot have both because attachments are bad. First of all, why would you make a baby choose? I mean, Grogu, I don't even understand on what mental age he is, but he cannot even really speak, like for real. And you're making him choose. Like, this is a life-changing choice. And you're just making him choose, like, he was with you, like, for one day. Or let's say a week. And that's insane. On the other hand, you had Ahsoka, who again said to Mando, well, you cannot see him because attachments are bad. It's like, Ahsoka, you saw what happened to Anakin. You saw that because of his attachments, because of the denial of his attachments, he turned to the dark side. And Ahsoka saw that. Like, she should know best. She should know better than Luke what happened because she was there. And now you're doing the same thing to Grogu, and you're saying to Mando, well, you cannot see him, that's bad. I can't, this is so stupid. I don't really know what to say. I mean, it's also crazy that I'm talking about all of this instead of the Book of Boba Fett, because the Book of Boba Fett was like the least interesting thing in the show, in its own show. It's crazy. On the other hand, you have episode 5, that even the episode itself in it was a filler, because it was not only a filler to the Book of Boba Fett story, but it was also filler to the story of the Mandalorian, because like he took 10 minutes to get from point A to point B, and then it took like 20 minutes or even more to fix his ship, and that's the whole episode. Like, they drag out scenes so much. It's so necessary, it's so stupid. It kind of makes me want to go to sleep when watching Mando, and that's crazy because I like the Mandalorian. And on the other hand, you have people saying that without Grogu there is no show, but I disagree. I think that the whole Mandalore ruler arc, the armor and everything is super interesting. I think if they try to go back to Mandalore, this can be a great story. And you have Bo-Katan, and you have, I bet, some other Mandalorians. So, I mean, last words about these 2 episodes. It's like, stop it. That's all I'm gonna say. Now let's go back to the Book of Boba Fett. The Boba Fett show that should have been him being a crime lord, doesn't do any crime. I mean, I believe that any person, because I guess people are saying, or maybe that's just my imagination, but they didn't have enough time, they didn't have enough resources. I think that any fan passionate enough can write in a week, not even a week, a way better Boba Fett show. I mean, you have just 7 episodes to fill, which is, I mean, crazy. I hate the 6, 7, 8 episodes thing that they're doing with Disney. But anyways, I think that anyone could have written a better show in way less time, but they didn't care. And I guess there is this tweet by Drunk Tripio that, well, they're making the OG, the legacy characters that were made by George Lucas look lame, so Disney can push the characters that they created, like Mando, that to look cool, you know, and to use them and not pay like any residuals or whatever to the OG creators. So let's talk about Boba Fett. I didn't even know what to say because the first 3 episodes, the story of the first 3 or 4 episodes was just useless. It was stupid. For me, that is not a character growth, where Boba Fett for apparently 5 years, which doesn't make sense, that he was with the Tusken Raiders for 5 years, that they torture him, they beat him up, they make him smoke a lizard, whatever, make him high, and now out of nowhere he's like a changed man because he got tortured and beaten up, and now he's like a good person and he loves them. Also, in every episode that Boba Fett has been in his own show, because he hasn't been in all episodes, Boba Fett has been shown as being super incapable, slow, stupid, and bland. Every new character, every new person Boba Fett meets is like, who are you? Like, who's Boba Fett? It's like, okay, they are on Tatooine, and I assume Boba Fett would have been visiting Tatooine very often for the past years because of the work he's doing with Jabba and maybe others, and Tatooine is, you know, the place for all scum and villainy or whatever. And Boba Fett should be known there. Like, the legacy of Boba Fett should be known all around the galaxy. But it's like nobody knows who Boba Fett is. How can this be? When Mando was talking to Cobb Vann, Cobb Vann was like, "Oh, Dad, Boba Fett." It's like, are you crazy? Like everybody should know who Boba Fett is, but everywhere he goes, he's being disrespected. Like, everywhere he goes, his role in the galaxy is being minimized, as if he doesn't matter, as if he never did anything of importance, as if he never worked with Darth Vader. It's crazy. I've never was so invested in the character of Boba Fett, but even I know, like, he is a badass character in the few scenes we saw him, and then in Clone Wars he was kind of annoying from time to time, but he was still cool, and now he's just like there, and most of the talking and doing is left to Fennec Shand, who does everything for him. Like, everything. I like Fennec Shand, but even she didn't get any kind of story on her own. She was just there. I mean, she was cool, she was beating up people and doing smart things, but even she got nothing out of the story, and that's unfortunate because she is the other main character, but even she got kind of disrespected. Like, she's just there. It's so crazy. And then you have, I mean, I guess I have to talk about the supporting characters like Cad Bane. I mean, you got him for 2 episodes and now you killed him, but apparently he's not even dead. I did like the portrayal of Cad Bane. I really liked the whole Western cowboy suspense vibe. I loved that. I really did. But how he died, I mean, you cannot just kill Cad Bane. He came in like 2 seconds ago. And then you have the Wookiee. I don't know what to say about that. You had the Power Rangers. Like, the girl was so annoying. Like, you cannot tell Boba Fett, no, stay here. And he's like, fine, we stay here. Like, it didn't make sense. It was so stupid. And the battle scenes took so long. And it was crazy, and it was so fake, everything. And I don't even know what to say anymore. And people are fighting even more things where you can see that this is actually a set. It's so stupid, it's so cheap, it's badly written. Like, poor Boba Fett. Like, poor Boba Fett. But I do want to see a second season, because I think if they do actually leave the creativity to Robert Rodriguez, I think he can do a good job. And if actually they got writers that care enough, they can do a good job, because like Boba Fett is so easy to write. He is the Mandalorian. That's why they're making Boba Fett a bad character, so they can push the Mandalorian, because they are the same character. You know, they are both bounty hunters, ruthless bounty hunters, capable bounty hunters. They're the same person. So stupid. I can't. I refuse to talk about Boba Fett anymore. I'm so tired of this. Like, I'm even making this video like more than a week later. It's crazy. I'm so sorry. I hope this video gets like more than 10 views, but even if it doesn't, I don't care anymore. I just don't care. But do let me know, did you like the Book of Boba Fett? Do you want a season 2? Do you want to see Boba Fett in Mando season 3 or in any other show that we get? Because we are gonna get, I don't even know, like, are we getting more shows? What's with Andor? Like, it was like, we're getting a season 2 of Andor and we haven't even seen season 1. Like, what the hell? Like, it's so stupid. Like, Lucasfilm, Disney, what the hell are you doing? I'm so tired of this whole thing. Like, stop. My video just cut off, I don't know where, but stop messing with Luke Skywalker. Let him be. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, and as always, may the force be with you.